Alright, welcome to another episode of Sounds Legit. My name's Samuel Mafi Ichoku.
It's your boy Big Motherfucking T. You already know how we do. Back with another episode. Joined by a special guest.
Yo, it's Jide.
My bro them there.
Bro, them there.
My bro them there.
Mr. Always cancelled.
What are you telling me, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
you?
Bro, you just call yourself Mr. Always Cancelled, bro. Why you always getting cancelled?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, you always being put on Twitter jail and stuff, innit? What's going on there? You're still on Twitter, right? I left Twitter.
I had to make another one recently.
Yeah, man. How many?
Recently?
Yeah.
How many is that now?
Like 5 or 6.
Why you keep
What
getting in
happened
trouble?
this time?
This time was stupid, innit? So Sony was going around doing DMCA claims. It's so
What
dumb.
were they doing?
DMCA claims, so
Okay.
copyright. Because
Yeah.
they're saying, so if you post like, because what I did like a thread in it of like 10 seconds of like my favorite R&B tracks and stuff like that. And Sony was the distributor for all of them. They just went claim.
And they just...
And Twitter just like, you know what, F all this, we ain't dealing with this because it's copyrighting it. Because they think, because on Twitter, you can't prove that you're not monetizing off of it, innit? So they don't want to go to court and all that
They're
jazz.
harsher
So
than
they
Instagram.
They just suspended you.
But did you put like,
No, I didn't do
like,
nothing.
No one does that,
No
though.
one
Did
does
you try
that.
and plug anything? Like,
No one.
Who does that on
one
Twitter,
does that.
though?
Yeah, but that's just their rules, isn't it?
But did they know that it was like you specifically? Because obviously when you sign in with Twitter, you have to
Yeah.
put IDs and stuff. So they
like
probably knew.
Sony are sneaky. Like it's not just me. They do this with everyone. If
okay.
you do anything with Sony, like they go through YouTube, Twitter, any social media
so
platform.
it wasn't like a personally like
no. They
we've
just
blocked this guy before so many times.
No. Because I dodged all that. I found a way to dodge all that. Like I dodged all that shit.
Email accounts. No.
So it wasn't no like obviously trying to bring the black man down business or nothing like that.
Nah, it's not like that, man.
Oh, if that was your time to say yes, man. You know what I mean?
Black lives matter.
Why did you say in a Cockney accent?
But that's how we have to say it now.
Why?
That's how we have to say it now. Because Black Lives Matter. Come on, let's be serious, innit?
Black lives matter.
It's gone
It
down.
does
It's gone.
matter though,
It's
doesn't
gone.
it, right?
It's gone down the shitter.
Oh, well, like no one really cares about it anymore.
No one cares
that's
about
facts,
Black Lives.
Fam, the
It
UK
lasts for a
organisation has got 1.2 million sitting in a GoFundMe account, and nobody knows what they're going to use the money for.
Well, it's still there, yeah.
Oh, it's still there. Oh, they released a statement because remember they said, we're gonna put a detailed statement of what we're gonna do with the money. Months gone by, no one knows. Then they released another statement saying we're gonna close. No more. You can't donate to the account anymore. Thank you for your
So
support.
why would they disallow donation?
Oh, because people are saying, what you lot doing
Yeah,
using with the money?
Mega Man was on to them.
Like, what you guys doing with the money? But no one knows. Basically, whoever donated to them, you just made someone mad rich. You're gonna have a bunch of
So
basically.
what happened to all that petition that we were signing and stuff about?
No, you think
Bro,
we do
listen.
Parliament throw that? If you get, I think it's 100,000 signatures. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, then they have to talk about it
They
in
have to
Parliament.
talk about it, but they can easily go Parliament. How many people do you care? Yeah, okay. Fuck off. Put it.
Yeah, it goes there, and then
They don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
with it. And if you look at all those petitions, yeah, like people were just, some of them made sense, and some of them were just like, come on, mate.
Okay.
Like, really,
Yeah.
you're trying to, what is this? Are you trying to like just overwhelm them with numbers,
like
or are you
the
actually trying to
Section
get
21 petition, like
Yeah.
to stop police people from just randomly picking who they want to search because they look like criminals.
stuff? Yeah.
I know there was a petition for
I'm
that.
kind of with that,
remember-
you know. I can't even lie.
The thing is, yeah, the stop and search stuff is just mad techie. Like,
It's very.
the
It's
police,
not black and white. That's just what it is. Isn't it?
yeah, the police are in a rock and a hard place, realistically.
Yeah.
Because you have to ask yourself, they say 15% of the people they stop actually have something or like could lead to something in it. So you ask yourself, do the 85% of people they piss off and the wider community that they piss off, is it worth catching 15%?
But I
Got
don't
to take one for the team.
But I don't think that's the argument, though. I don't think that's the argument for black people.
Of
I
course,
don't
it's
think
not the
that's
argument.
not what we're arguing.
I'm saying that's the argument from the police, though. They're saying if they say, okay, we're gonna completely stop and search,
Yeah.
and then things go like now, youths are moving around. They're like, hey, we're not gonna get stopped now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
they're
gonna come out
moving
with the
mad.
bigger things.
And they're moving extra mad.
But I think
They're gonna get pammed.
I think my opinion. I think that's the stereotype that they're trying to put out to say that if police people don't do stop and search, then youths are gonna go out and carry bigger knives.
Of course.
Let's be real though. If stop and search was still as it is still carrying on, it doesn't stop people that want to carry knives
Of course
because
not.
they've had to protect themselves.
It's not going
It
to
doesn't stop them, right?
Of course not.
I think the argument for black people is that how the police are using stop and search to discriminate against black people.
Okay.
That's what we need to tackle.
No. I while I agree with that, again,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And but you also have to look at, when you look at everything in content and look at data as well. Again, I don't like
Talk
stop and
to me.
search.
Talk
I'm
to
just
me.
letting people know.
Talk to me.
I don't like stop and search, but I like doing the devil's advocate, and I like
Talk
putting
to
things
me.
out there, innit? So police, when they've got limited resources already, so they
Facts.
can't just say
Yeah.
we're gonna stop everyone proportionately.
Yeah.
It's impossible. They don't have the money. They
can't
don't
do
have
that,
the
yeah.
resources for it. So in any line of work, if you're looking for a problem, do you just put all your resources on a wide scale, or do you allocate your
Specific
resources to
targets.
specific targets? So if you look at where they mainly do the stop and searches, it's areas of high quote unquote criminality, and in those areas, there's a lot of
man
there's
them
a
are
lot of man them are just there.
Man
So
them are there.
you got to ask.
But do you not agree with that though? Do you think that?
Listen, as an analyst from a data side, that is how you have to approach it.
Yeah.
But again, from a human side,
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't like it because, again, I understand how people feel. Like, man, I don't want to be walking around and I'm being looked at because I'm with four of my boys. We're all wearing hoodies and there's beef. There's no beef in the area. I'm gonna get stopped every day. It's not nice.
The reality of it is that, listen, yeah, I'm down with it if it actually helps anything, innit? Yeah. Listen, I've been looked at like that my whole life, innit? But I've been a fucking ringer from fucking. Like, they've been looking at me like crazy all my life. I've been stop and search, and I've never been caught with anything. So to be honest, I'm actually down with it if it's gonna actually help
Reduce
anything, innit? Yeah.
And if possibly even save lives.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
see, that's how they see it. Like,
Yeah.
they say it, if we don't, like, the day that Dawn Butler, for example, when she got stopped with her friend and they made a big palaver about it, some of you got nanked, like,
I swear.
yeah, in the same day. You got nanked
in the same
up.
area.
I don't know if it's the same area. It's either in Peckham or
But it
around
must have
the
been
same
in
area.
a stop and search. It's in the Section 21 area.
But
Obviously.
yeah, in an area where they
Yeah.
normally stop and search. Anyway, you got nanked, got killed. So the argument was, obviously everyone only cared about the Dawn Butler situation and whatnot, and this is what I mean. Yeah. But then their argument is, okay, the other side are like, look at this kid that just lost his life. So is that what you want us to completely stop this practice? Imagine we caught that had the tool before we got to him. But
that's kind of how I see it, to be honest, isn't it?
But that's what I'm saying. They're
Yeah.
stuck in a rock and a hard place because
But my thing is to that is that why can't we go further when we're talking about prevention? Yeah, because we're looking at it as
prevention.
we're looking at it as okay, cool, prevention as in stopping them when they're actually carrying the knives. Why can't we go further back to?
I
you see
fully
what
agree.
That's my thing, because I feel like it's such an easy answer, or it's such a wide netted blanket for a lot of stereotypes and a lot of racism. It's like a concoction of bucket for police people to just do kind of whatever they want.
No.
You see what I mean?
It definitely
Why can't we go
is.
further back and try
It
and
definitely
prevent
is,
it?
and that's my biggest problem with them. It's like they're saying, okay, let's stop and search. Stop and search doesn't stop everything from happening. All it does is maintain statistics of 15%,
thank you.
85%.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Yeah.
What they should be doing is a wide range of measures. Like, okay, for the now, when people are still in mad beef now, you can't stop people from, like, you've killed my friend, I'm sorry, like, the beef is never stopping. That's what a lot of these
that is the mentality. That is the mentality.
A lot of these people that are
That's
like, let's speak to open youth centers. No, and it's not gonna help anything. Someone's already lost their friend.
There's a lot of
beef,
trauma.
it's
There's
beef
a lot
in
of
life.
There's a lot of PTSD.
I don't have to lose my friend to wanna.
Yeah.
My older brother's friend that got passed down.
I've
inherited the beef now.
So
innit?
where you got to stop it is that where they're inheriting the beef. You've got to cut off that generational gap. Before the 17-year-old brings in a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old. That is where you've got to really stop it. You can't stop it when they're already deep in it. You can. Some do.
But how though?
How? But then that again, it's easier said than done in it. All of this stuff is easier said than done.
I think it's got a lot to do with the economy as well. Obviously, it's got a lot to do with the financial status of the the people that are on the streets, the parents, how much the parents are earning, and like how often they're working and how often they're at work, so they can't actually be parents properly to their kids. Do you see what I mean? A lot of these kids, not saying that everyone on the streets is just parentless and blah blah blah, but no, I personally, from who I've seen, from who I've met, no one wants to be on the streets. No one wants to be outside doing. Some people might have that notion or that mentality but a lot of people, some people that generally are in the streets so they can make money or do whatever they can support their family, don't want to be on the streets. That's my opinion, innit?
The thing is, there's
some man does love road.
There's a lot of people. There's people on the streets for different.
Road.
People on the streets for different reasons.
Can I say that you don't start off by saying I want to be on the streets?
You start by saying I want to be cool.
I want to be cool. I want to make money. I want to afford those kicks. I want to afford those trainers. I want to afford those iPhones because my parents can't get it for me.
There are kids that went private school that are doing road, you know.
It's not all about money.
But think about it. Yeah. Those kind of kids that went private school and stuff do not get stopped and searched. Let's be real. Those kids that go to
I'm not talking about white kids.
Yeah, even black kids that go to Harrows and know how to speak and dress eloquently and
definitely,
and then
when they go ends, they are getting stopped and searched.
But they're not on ends all the time though. Let's be real. The stats of those people, those kids that went to private school, grew up in the rich posh area, grew up in the rich posh area, and then go to the hood and pretend to be a hood, and then when they're done, they go back home and live. The stats of them getting stop and search is very low compared to the
because
people
they don't live there.
Exactly. So I'm talking about the people that actually do live in there. They don't want. No one wants to be in poverty.
But we're saying that a lot of people do road for different reasons because those kids still count. They still with their friends. They're still out here.
They're still a part of it.
Like running down ops. They're still doing all that. They might eventually say, "Oh yeah, I've grown up." No, it's what it is. I don't know how to describe it in a PC way, but
running down the ops, that's it, man.
They're still doing they're still doing all that. So my thing is, it's so complex. For me, it's one of the hardest things to solve. Like a lot of people, we're not honest about everything. Like we're not honest about the culture. Sometimes we praise criminality, like. We look up to gangsters. Okay, it's not just us. Like the Italians did it.
Yeah, that's a big argument.
A lot of people do it. They look up to the man. Like
it's facts.
That's one side of it. Another side of it is that's all kids look like. That's all they know. So if you're in your hood, and you see your older, he's 22. He's got BMW. He's got chicks. He's got money.
Do you think that's
chains? He's got chains. You're like
that's
12.
All ethnicity kind of thing, or is it just
no? So all ethnicity type of thing. But because we're speaking about us lot. In London, our community is mainly is disproportionately poor. Well, our community are mainly in the hood. Like I always say, for example, we're not the only ones in the ends. You know, like you have Pakistani, you have all these lot in the ends. But the reason why they don't get, they beg it with us in school and stuff like that. Yeah, if you have them listening, good for you. They beg it with us in school and
this
stuff.
This is why you got banned from
No. I'll keep it true. They beg the culture, the lingo.
They did,
but then they don't get involved in like
nothing
in their parents. Make
you think
sure.
they're not marginalized at all?
No, I'm talking about like the beef. Like they don't get involved in.
They don't get their hands dirty.
Racist.
They don't get their hands.
They don't get their hands.
Who Asians?
Oh yes,
are you being serious?
Come on, mate.
Okay, I'm not saying like obviously I know
guy, where did you live?
In the streets and stuff, but are you
man,
trying to say them not they don't ride out as well? Like they don't.
No, of course they do. They
ride out with their own people.
With their own people. They don't like beef. Like the way we beef, like you see another you that's not from your bit.
On site.
It's like you're like
what ends you from?
What your ends? What you doing? They don't do that to each other like that. Nah, they do it to other people. They do it to other people, man. They beat like in Newham, like I don't want to say the P word, but there was a gang in Newham, like P Panthers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were on job. Like
I was about to say, like I thought these Asian brothers are on their stuff.
No,
bro.
they're on stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like they're all together.
They're all together. They're not on stuff against each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if they do have stuff against each other, it's like proper beef. But it's not like how like the blacks.
Like they just they don't care if it's black on black.
Yeah,
right?
man. We don't care about any of that.
The Crips are fighting each other.
We don't.
That's the wildest shit ever. Like, how you from the same gang?
It's not even a Crip. Like in Chicago, it's just ridiculous. Like you have BDs and GDs beefing each other, and it's literally it's become a block thing, isn't it, in Chicago? So you have BDs and GDs rolling together, and then they'll make a song BDK, and then BDs will be singing BDK, which means BD killer, with like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But because they're like 300, 600, O Block, 69,
they're all in the same area.
All in the same.
And I heard the way American streets are set up is like it's literally
It's
like
blocks.
It's squares.
Squares, yeah.
So it's like there's really no escape from none of it. It's like
anyway, that's America.
That's
I'm just
another
saying.
talk,
I'm just saying in the UK, like the solution is mad complex because you have to tackle. I feel like if we can get it down to just the people that are on road just to be cool, we can solve it easier. But as you said, the people that are on it because they have no proper like parents and stuff at home. Those are the hardest ones to. Those are the hardest ones to fix.
I genuinely believe if they somehow raise like the minimum wage,
Impossible. I'm sorry, that's not gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
But that's not gonna fix.
But just hear me out. If they somehow raise the minimum wage, so parents from low background incomes have to stop. They don't work as much as they have to. So all the 12-hour shifts, they don't really have to do that anymore, okay? Let's say they decrease the 12-hour shifts to 9-hour shifts, So that means they're at home more. If they're at home more, they can spend more time with their kids, right? Spend more time with your kids. You can influence them in a better way, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to be on the streets. So you can watch them, see where they are and stuff like that. Automatically, I think personally that would decrease crime in such a huge way. Okay.
The thing is, like, no matter how much your parents are at home or whatever,
there's only so much they can do.
Listen, once you step out that door, your parents don't know what you're on.
I disagree, man.
This is facts. Your parents don't know what you're on.
I agree with you.
You can be saying you're going to college and you're going
that's
fucking
true. That's true.
About like.
I agree with you in that, like, in terms of when you step out the house, you're independent to do whatever you want. I agree with you, but I think we underestimate the importance of having how do I put this? On having someone with a correct level of mentality at home install those things in them. So when you do go out, even regardless you end up in the wrong situations, there'll be moments in those wrong situations that you need to make a slight right decision. And those are the little key things that matter. It's those decisions of saying, okay, cool, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get in that car with you. Let's go. You can still be in that friendship group that do whatever they do. But those little small decisions, I think having the parents at home helps with making the right decisions when you're in those little places.
I agree. As in, like, again, it's more. I agree that having your parents around 100%. Helps. It definitely does. It has an impact, but the significance of the impact, I don't know. What I feel is more important is, what I do agree with some of these people that are saying they want to dismantle the nuclear family, although I disagree with that, is the idea of like a village or so it's not just your parents that's looking out for you, it's your neighbours, your
person across the road.
If everyone,
even the guy in the shop,
you
know what I mean?
Yeah. If everyone treated everyone's kids like that and say, okay, we're all looking out for everyone. So a guy that I said was 17, as a 12-year-old, you're more likely to look up to a 17, 18-year-old who's older in your ends than your parents who just do something. So if everyone just is like, no, you can't do this, don't get involved in that. Go school, man. Go. You know what I mean? If everyone is pushing you out of that,
how's everyone going to do that? Yeah, when everyone's from the same low income background and they're all trying to survive and they all have their own kids that they're trying to look after as well.
That's what I'm saying.
How's that going to happen?
If everyone unilaterally decides, okay, we're all gonna look after each other's kids,
and it's not even. It's just about seeing them.
It's just about seeing them.
Seeing them on the road.
You're seeing your youths on the road at like 9 p.m. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Come, let's go home.
Go.
I'm with that idea, and I think it can work. But I genuinely just believe, like, as human beings, especially when we all have our own problems or we're all going through our own situations with the whole family issues or whatever issues you're going through, like. People are not going to give a damn, man. They're not going to give a damn.
Again,
that's legit what it is. They're just not going to give a